Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Here we go. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the line right now, Mulatto.
Big Lotto, what's happening?
Big Lotto, what's going on? Now, for people that don't know, let's talk about how you started. Let's start from the beginning. Now, you started rapping at 10, and a lot of people seen you from the rap games. Let's talk about how you got to the rap game and you won, and how you got into the industry.
She's tired of that shit.
I know she
I've
is.
been rapping since high period. Let's talk it. I've been rapping since I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, and that really just started with like open mics, talent shows, pimp rallies or whatever, like in my city. And I just grew a social media following based off that, and YouTube views was crazy. So the rap.
What made you rap though? Were your parents in the rap game, or you just love music at that early of an age?
Nah, so what's crazy is, so like my daddy, like he a street dude, whatever, so he would be like around rappers and, you know, stuff like that. But he would build cars, like he loved cars. So he would have like candy paint cars, big old rims and stuff like that. And rappers would put them in their videos. So I was a daddy's girl, so I would be on set with him at his video shoots and stuff, just in the studio around rappers. So like, I don't know, I just grew up in that environment. But yeah, so boom, rap game people see my social media following, they reach out, get casted for the rap game. This is prior to Jermaine Dupri being a part of the show, prior to it being called the rap game, prior to Lifetime, prior to it even being a competition show, period. So that's how the rap game happened. Then ever since then, you know, turned down the deal, was independent for 5 years, and just signed with RCA, and boom, the rest is history.
There you go.
You know what? On No Hook, you said that if you could take back being on television, you would. Do you really feel like that?
Nah, I don't really feel like that. That was like a hyperbole. Like I was definitely stretching the truth, but it was just to kind of make the people feel the frustration of like not being able to grow up. People like looking at you from 5 years ago and just being stuck on that, like that gets frustrating. So it was kind of just to let the people realize like how annoying that is.
Did you ever feel like the rap game or the TV wouldn't make you authentic, or people wouldn't take you serious? Like you look at some of the other shows that been on TV, whether it was Making the Band or any of the other stuff, when the TV stopped, their career stopped, but you were totally different. So did you ever get worried or concerned about that?
Oh, definitely. But like I was so young, so at 16, that wasn't really a concern of mine. But you know, the older I got, that's why I never took another reality show after that. Like I got plenty of offers. You know, one reality show opens the door to a million reality shows. So, but I just never took any more offers just for that sole reason, for that sole purpose. But you know, at 16, you don't really know yet. You know.
How old are you now? 21?
I'm 21.
Whoop whoop! That's a good age.
Stay away from Yee.
Right. What that got to do?
Stay
I mean,
away
I'm
from
just
Yee.
saying, 21 is a fun age, you know. But you've been doing this for so long, right? You've been in the clubs, but I just feel like it's just a little different type of feeling when you turn 21 years old, and the music is different because now you grown, so you can talk about different things that when you were 16, we'd have been like, you know, what is she talking about?
No, exactly. And then the industry period, like the industry as a whole, just take you more serious at, you know, the age now.
Now, with the rap game, now I know JD was, I guess, EP on the show. Were you ever signed to him? Because I know it was some of the things where he got part of some of the artists that came out of it. Were you ever signed to him? And what's his part with your deal, if there's any?
No, I was never signed to him. I was in like a situation with Lifetime and like future reality shows or whatever, but I was nothing with Jermaine Dupri or So Def. I was presented a contract like 6 months to a year after I had won the show. I was presented a contract, but I didn't take it. And I don't know, they really just wasn't organized. They wasn't prepared for season 1. I can't speak for the other winners. I know it's a different situation for the other winners on different seasons, but like season 1, the budget was super low. Like the bar was just low. Like they didn't have no expectations for anything. Like it exceeded everyone's expectations. Like JD, the producers, everybody a part of the show. Like they didn't think it would take off how it did.
Good for you that you didn't, that you were on there early enough so you didn't get stuck in a situation. Exactly. And I would tell people, if you want to know anything about Mulatto, listen to No Hook, because she talked about a lot of stuff on that song, and it does get very personal things about you that we wouldn't have known just from watching. You actually said, "Fuck the rap game, still happy I ain't signed that."
That's the hyperbole. That's the hyperbole.
It's all
get people to resonate with my just the frustration, like literally, like the fact that people be like, at 21 years old from a show that I did 5 years ago, for people to be like, I just can't see her growing, like I can't hear her rap like that, like that's so annoying. And then I didn't even come from like, say Disney or something like super kiddie, you know what I'm saying? The rap game, we still cussing on there and stuff like that, like it's not that kiddie, so it's just annoying when people don't let me grow up.
Now at 21, you got a lot of fans, a lot of people following you, a lot of kids. Does it any pressure being a role model?
It is like in the beginning I would be like, man, I'm not nobody role model, like I'm still growing up, whatever, but like the older I get, it's like, okay, whether or not I like it, I am a role model, so it's kind of just a responsibility that I just have to put on my back and just be wary. I still am 21, so I am learning myself, but I am aware of the fact, like whether or not I like it, I am a role model to, you know, other girls, other rappers, whatever.
I know you was tight when you got arrested, right? And people was talking, you know, ish about you. And at that moment, you couldn't defend yourself and say what happened. So looking back on that experience, what did something like that teach you? Because people were going ham. And I'm sure there's people you even thought you was cool with that was saying things.
Yeah, that was a crazy experience. Like, for people who's listening, they don't know what you're talking about. I was racially profiled and I went to jail for something, based off of officers like say so. Like they said, they gave a description of the girl who robbed, some prostitute who robbed this man, and she was light skinned with tattoos and wigs and lashes or whatever. So the police officer was like, yeah, that's Mulatto. You can Google her, like whatever.
So they thought you were a prostitute? They thought you were selling your body and came and arrested you?
Man, so I didn't know I had a warrant out for my arrest. In Atlanta, they got this thing called BOLO. So for APD, Atlanta Police Department, they put out this BOLO for the description of the girl. I didn't know, but I had a warrant out for my arrest. I moved, so I didn't get the warrant in the mail or whatever. So I got a warrant. I'm trying to go out the country and get pulled out off the plane in front of the airport. People screaming like, "Big Lotto, what's going on? What's going on?" Like, it was crazy. It felt like a movie, and I was in jail for like 3 days. But because I was racially profiled, and the girl, she robbed him, so they just see Mulatto arrested for theft by taking. And they was making up all type of stories, like I got caught in the mall stealing a bra, stuff like that. Like they were making up crazy stuff. So that was definitely embarrassing, especially when I'm young with money, so that's very offensive to me. Like I took that straight to the heart. I'm like, oh, y'all got me bent, boy.
Now you making a lot of money. What's the craziest thing you bought? You just said you're making a lot of money. What's the craziest thing you bought right now?
The craziest thing I bought, I ain't really bought nothing crazy. Like I've been financially free from my parents since like 15, 16 years old. So like I say I'm pretty good with money, and I got a team like financial advisors and stuff like that. So I don't blow through my money, even from like rap game. Like I never blew through my money. I never bought nothing dumb. But like my biggest purchase so far was I just bought my Bentayga. I wanted a Bentayga truck so bad, so I bought a Bentayga. But I don't really like blow money.
Okay.
If anything, I blow money on other people. Like my sister, my daddy, and my mama. Like I be spending on them. But I don't really make dumb purchases.
And you probably really into cars because of your dad too anyway. So I'm sure in your head you always knew what you wanted.
Yes. And I want some more, but you know, we're gonna pace it. We're gonna pace.
So how's this whole
conversation about
time?
This. Oh. I was gonna say we had a conversation earlier about this Birkin bag that's been all over Instagram the last couple of days, right?
Yeah.
So one, I want to know, do you own a Birkin bag? And two, do you feel like if a nigga ain't buying you a Birkin bag or paying your bills, you tossing it back to the streets?
Okay, so I feel, okay, first of all, yeah, I got one Birkin bag. I bought one Birkin bag. but I ain't ODing on the Birkin bags. I just bought one just to see what the hype was about.
You can buy it
And
free.
really, they overrated. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Birkin bag is obviously the most expensive bag in my collection, but it's so overrated. Like I wore it to the club one time and I was like, oh, never again, because it got like dirt. Like,
Drink spilling on it. You got to put
durable.
it down. Yep.
It's not durable at all. Like whatever. It's like a sit in the closet and just say I got one. Whatever. But now I feel like I got money, so I can buy my own Birkin bag. So if you can't buy me a Birkin bag, what I need you on the team for? You know what I'm saying? But like I think people be thinking outside of their standards. Like, yeah.
So you wouldn't date a guy if he couldn't do that? Like if he didn't have the means to do that?
If he loved you, he rubbed your feet every night, he combed your hair, he bathed you, he had a nice job, but couldn't afford to buy you a $10,000 bag.
But ain't he loyal and everything else though?
He loyal.
Well, we can't never guarantee that, Big Lotto.
Oh, stop it. We're not going
You
there
feel
with
me?
it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we
Double
can't
check,
guarantee.
Yo, stop it.
In
This
the
is a
perfect
hypothetical.
world,
He's
if I knew
loyal.
for a fact- In a perfect world, if I knew for a fact like he was 100% faithful and everything else, then yeah. But men is dogs, so it's like I'm not finna get cheated on and all that, and you can't even do for me what I can do for myself. So that's why I'm thinking like that. But in the perfect world, if he was faithful, highly doubt it. But if he was faithful and everything else was perfect, yeah.
That's a big
All
if.
men ain't dogs, by the way, too.
Yikes. I don't know, maybe because I'm 21.
All right.
Maybe because I'm 21, so I'm dealing with a different age.
Now, you know what?
Like,
You're right.
You know?
You're right. Daddy taught you well. I just told my daughter the same thing. All men are dogs. Don't trust them. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Now listen,
right.
does your dad get to meet any of the guys that you date? Like, was he cool with your ex?
He met one. He only met one dude, and that was my ex. I was with him for 2 years, so he met him. But I ain't never introduced nobody else to my daddy since then, and that was almost 3 years ago.
Now, you broke up with your ex. You broke up with him, and then your career took off out the blue. Does he call you back now like, hey, big head?
Oh, no. He know not to do that. He know not to do that.
He's aware.
He know I'm way out. He's leaving now.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
what about, can you do business with somebody you're dating, you think? Like, say somebody was a producer or somebody was like, I'll come on the road and road manage you. Would you be cool with something like that?
It's crazy because it's like you're not supposed to at all, but it's hard when you an artist. It's like you around other artists or people in the industry, period. So it's hard to say like, no, I don't want to date nobody in the industry. And then if you do, y'all gonna be working together. It's like, oh, we both busy, so I want to go on tour with you, or I want to collab because we date. Like, duh. It's you're not supposed to, but it's inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen.
I also want to know
you
when
also
you're making
gotta-
music. Go ahead, B. Go ahead, Yee.
Did you call me B?
I said, go ahead, Yee.
He from New York. You know, they call everybody B. Okay,
You
B.
from New York?
No,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Envy.
I was gonna say, even with your lyrics, do you ever feel a certain way or funny playing your lyrics for your dad? But like, cause that's my daddy. You said you was a daddy's girl, but sometimes you just talk some stuff that you might be like, I don't want to play that for dad.
Oh yeah, no,
Listen.
daddy. I don't play nothing for daddy, and he don't come to the studio with me no more. We ain't listening to my songs together. None of that. But shout out to my daddy though, cause he understand like, and it wasn't always like that, and it's not always perfect to this day. But for the most part, we got, we respect each other, and I know it's certain things I don't want him to see or do in front of him. So I keep that separate.
So y'all had a conversation before. One time you played a song and he had to call you like, Lotto, come on now. Was that ever a
Nah, it
situation?
wasn't even a conversation. Like I was a daddy's girl growing up, so it's like I always respected my daddy, so I know what to do and what not. Like I don't even cuss in front of my parents. Like I we didn't grow up like it wasn't even a conversation. Like I already know,
Right.
we didn't grow up like in that type of household, that environment.
I just want to tell you, Envy, and I told Big Lotto this before, just listen to that Wet remix, okay?
Daddy is not listening to the Wet remix.
Enough said on that one. Now, how's everything with performing? Because I know you've started to move back around. So
Yeah.
how do you feel now with, obviously it's been a pandemic, things have been shut down. You put
Yeah.
an album out in the midst of all that. So how has it been for you moving around?
I get criticized on the internet daily for that. But it's like, especially the fact you brought up the fact that I dropped a project during quarantine, it's like people they're gonna have something to say regardless. So it's like I'm gonna push my project, because if I'm not out here pushing it, then they're gonna say I flopped, and oh, my debut project with RCA was not it, the numbers wasn't it, and it's not like they was like, oh, you dropped it and we never heard nothing else. Like, I gotta be out here pushing it, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta take precautions. Like, I wear my mask, I take my vitamins, and I pray. That's all I could do. That's all I could do.
And what I also love is seeing you with all these different women doing songs, collaboration, supporting other women. So do you feel like you've gotten that same support back as well?
I think so. I feel like the energy you put out is the energy that you receive. So it's like if you come in stepping on people's necks, being just real cocky, like nothing wrong with being cocky, but cocky in a not competitive way, like in a rude, like I'm better than all y'all B-words way. Then you're not gonna be embraced in the industry. But I feel like I get the most love low key. Like everybody, like when I dropped my projects, everybody was reposting my project. They be coming under my pictures. Like so many people be respecting me in a DM. Like they shoot me DM like, "Shawty, I see you grinding, woo," and females and males though. So I feel like because I respect everybody else and I show everybody else love, that's the energy that I get back in return.
The only problem I have with women artists is I don't know why people compare women so much.
Man,
like it can't be Cardi doing her thing, Megan doing her thing, Mulatto. Like it's like why they compare? Like it only could be one, and I hate that.
Tell me about it. Like lately, the thing is they like because Megan is popping right now, so they always compare me and Megan. I don't know if it's because we both from the South, but I hate that because like I'm really a fan of this girl. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You in my business. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
How was filming the video with Cardi and Megan? And did you know you were on Cardi's radar like that?
No. So, okay, I didn't even know. I know like a little bit before the WAP video, Cardi had followed me on Instagram, and I just thought that was so cool because I'm like, dang, I didn't even know she knew who I was. But then we was out of town, and my manager had got a call or email, something like that, and from her team saying that they wanted me in her video. And I just thought it was so cool. But this is before I even knew that Megan was a part of it, before I knew that the other female rappers was going to be in the video, whatever. So it just like, it kept unfolding. And then on set, Megan wasn't there, but I met Megan before she took off and stuff. And I was real familiar with her already. And I told her when I met her that I was a fan of her and whoop-de-whoop. So I already met her. But that was my first time meeting Cardi. And she was just so humble, like she was real genuine on set, like she real. I mess with Cardi, and then even since then, like she be DMing me, like I be like, I'm young, so I be letting stuff get to me and like arguing with the people on the internet, whatever, and like she'll DM me like, stop, don't do that, like.
And then she'll do it right after you said she'll tell you to stop, and then argue with 30 people, Cardi.
It's hard. These people, social media give people too much like access. They feel like they just can just say whatever to you. It give people balls they never would have in real life. So it's hard. So I feel her, because I'll tell people the same thing and then jump on Twitter like, nah, you got me up. Like it's hard.
Now you also said, because I want to get back to this song, because I feel like this was the most in-depth, and I can't even imagine what you was going through when you wrote this, right? Mm-hmm. Can you talk about No Hook and what you were going through that made you decide to like spill everything?
Yeah, I feel like I just needed a moment where my fans could like resonate with me and just see like a more vulnerable side, because like when you get signed and stuff, people just, they think like you out of reach. I don't know, people have this like image for like celebrities. They don't think we regular anymore. So I just wanted to like go back to my roots and let people know like, yeah, y'all see me in makeup and wigs and stuff and living the quote unquote life, but it looked pretty on the outside, but I'm still human. I still go through regular, relationship problems and everything else that I was talking about in the song. Like it's still everything that glitter ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? I'm still human.
Now,
You said at one point you thought you were.
I was gonna say, how did you overcome all of that? I mean, you talk about your family acting funny. You talked about abusive relationship. You talk about a lot that was going on, and you know, at the time, how old were you at the time when you put out No Hook? Like, how did you possibly go through all of that on your own? You know?
Yeah. I don't feel like I have overcame it. Like, I feel like stuff like No Hook is like an outlet. Just like talking about it, and I'm still 21, so it's probably gonna be a lot more to experience. Like, I've already experienced a lot at 21, but like it's gonna be more. So I wouldn't say I've overcame it. Like, you just learn how to like deal with it in ways, like as an artist, like I can put out a song and like kind of, you know, just get stuff like that's like therapy for me. So I'm still learning how to overcome it.
How did you leave the abusive relationship? Because a lot of women, a lot of young girls are in relationships where they feel like their man is taking advantage of them, hurting them, beating them, abusive, and making them feel weak to make them more powerful. So how did you get through that?
I wouldn't say I was in an abusive relationship, but it was like more, well, I guess that is abusive. If you put your hands on each other, if y'all put your hands on each other, it's abusive, right?
Yes, it is.
Right, yep.
So, I don't know. I just kind of like first of all, I outgrew the person, and we just went our separate ways. Like, I was young, so I feel like as I was getting older, it was kind of like, yeah, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, fortunately, I was able to just pack up and leave on my own. It wasn't like a major incident that was like, you know, oh, I can't do this no more. Everybody's situation don't go like that. So that's a blessing.
Right. You said you even thought you was pregnant at one point. I know you was like, I dodged the bullet with that one, boy.
No cap.
Are you still banned from Mount Zion?
Yes, I am. Me and my sister.
Who did you beat so bad that they had to ban you from it?
I don't even know who it was. I don't even know.
You were just giving random chicks ass whipping?
Yeah, they probably gonna see this and just and reveal themselves though. I don't even remember what they look like. But this was after one of my sister volleyball games. You know, like people, this was around the time when the rap game coming out and stuff, and just like people just, you know, you still out in public. Now I move like the president. Like, you can't even, ain't going for none of that. But that's time where I'm still getting used to. I'm still getting used to the thing now, but like I'm getting used to the fame. I'm still moving like 100% regular person. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of my fault too.
There you go. That's good. You like it. I take responsibility for that.
Yeah, because I shouldn't have been out, you know, without security and stuff like that. So.
All right.
So when you're in Atlanta, like when you go out to restaurants, can you go out to eat and do things like that without security, or you need to have somebody with you?
If I don't got security, then, you know, it's other security. But it's like I need to have like real security at all times. You know? Yeah. Just to not even on no scary nothing like that, or just to prevent a situation. Like, I don't want to be in a situation like that. Can't happen again. I can't get banned from nowhere. I gotta go do shows. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't be in jail for being somebody up. I gotta go do shows, or I can't, you know what I'm saying? You don't want no video of you rolling around fighting it. Like, that's not the image I want. So, like, security will and just knowing where to go and when to go places. Not even all the time security can't help. You just gotta know when and where to go to.
Absolutely. We've been hearing a lot of artists talk lately also about their deals, right? And how they're structured and ownership and all of that. So with you, and I know you're happy you didn't sign, you know, other contracts that you had opportunities to sign. But are you happy, like, in your current situation? Are you good? I saw, you know, Kanye West has been talking about his situations. We saw NBA YoungBoy saying that he has now part of United Masters. So when you think about that and yourself, what are your thoughts?
I'm still new in my deal, so it's kind of like the honeymoon stage, but no deal is perfect. I think people, like the public, they see one complaint from an artist and think like, oh, they in a 360, they they getting upped over, but that's how the industry go. You're not gonna get along with the label 100% of the time. Like, I be arguing with my A&Rs about songs that I like and songs that they don't like, or songs they like and I don't like. You know what I'm saying? The relationship is not perfect. So I think people see like one incident and run with it. But me personally, I haven't had no real issues yet. I ain't been signed even for a year yet. So it's still like honeymoon stage. But I'm prepared for like a disagreement and stuff like that because that's just how it goes. I think people forget that.
People also have to see you writing your own music, so people don't really question your abilities, right, when it comes to writing. Because I know that's something that happens a lot with women. They'll be like, oh, she don't write her own music, blah, blah, blah. But we had to actually see you do that.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? People still be trying it, though. Like, people who might not have seen the rap game or don't see any interviews of me, like, they just see, like, something big. So, say, like, Double XL, when I got Double XL, that was a lot of exposure to new fans. And, you know, them just freaking geeks. And they be like, oh, it's another Cardi B. She don't write. And da-da-da-da. And it's like, first of all, who said Cardi B don't write? Second of all, you don't even go do some research. Like, you don't even know if I write or not. But they just see a female rapper, a pretty face.
And they assume that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, whatever.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Mulatto, we appreciate you for checking in. Pick up the new project right now.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much. It's Big Lotto.
The Big
Breakfast Club, good morning.